Hi there, it's Erin, and this is my private public journal to kind of just record here what has been going on with me. These are very intense times. So today is 8/8/2024, Lionsgate Celestial Gateway. This is the peak. And I just wanted to share a little bit about what's been going on with me. It has been super intense. I have wanted to do more light language transmissions, but honestly, I've been flattened by this energy. The last 2 days, it has been really weird, intense, and I wanted to share with you some of my ascension symptoms because I think it can be helpful to share out about what's happening to us. Like, we're literally evolving, our DNA is upgrading right now. These light codes are coming in hot and fast. The magnetics of the planet are shifting, and the plasma rays and new light that's coming in can be very challenging for us to integrate into our bodies. So, let me tell you what happened to me. And then, if you want to skip over this part, I will flash a little timestamp on the screen to let you know when my light language transmission will be starting in case you want to skip over this part, but I just need to get this out. Yesterday, I felt really, really intense and passionate about planting flowers, even though it's in the hundreds here. And yesterday was, I think, 111. It's pretty bad. I live in the Central Valley, but I just needed to plant some flowers. My little garden flower sacred space area has been just totally infested with weeds. And so I got out there, I planted flowers, I was digging, and I have a little yoga mat in my little private space out there. And I got down on the ground to do a few yoga poses, and I did a big stretch up. And I'm telling you, I suddenly felt all at the same time dizzy, out of body, nauseous, and almost like I was going crazy, like I didn't know who I was. And I went luckily I was really, close to the ground. I start sinking down when anything weird like that happens. Because sometimes I do get these big downloads or upgrades or whatever it is, energetic waves when I do my big upstretch backbend thing. So I got down on my hands and knees and I just had to lay there for a good 5 minutes. I thought I was going to throw up, thought I was going to pass out. Nobody was coming to check on me. So I sort of rolled over on my side and thought, okay, I just need to wait this out. And it was a little bit scary because I haven't had that happen so intensely before. I made it over to my little grassy area and I just laid on the grass and just had to try to gather myself. I laid there. I eventually rolled over onto my belly and just like heart and belly to earth and just sort of prayed. I connected with Mother Gaia and I was like, please tell me what's going on right now because I can't handle this and I feel like my body is shutting down. The nausea got more intense. And after a few minutes of that, I was told, like a guide came in. I have felt kind of disconnected from my guides lately. I've been going through a lot of really, really heavy stuff, really big purging. And I was told, you will purge. Hang on, you're okay. I couldn't really access my thoughts. I felt confused. My whole body was kind of trembling and this intense nausea and dizziness. So I laid like that for a while, and then a guide came in and said, you need to go lay down because it was getting pretty hot outside. So I was shaky, but I got up, I made my way inside, and I laid down on my bed and was in and out of consciousness. It's kind of like that dreamy state when you're first waking up in the morning. It was like that. I sensed lots of things happening on the astral, and my guides were kind of coming in and out, giving me instructions. And I wanted to do a light language transmission yesterday. I had planned to set up my little studio, and they just said, don't try to do anything. So I basically canceled all of my plans for the rest of the day and I just laid around. I ended up finally going to sleep for about an hour and waking up and feeling different. Like something big shifted. This heaviness that I've been experiencing for like the last month, it was just lifted off me. I've been experiencing a lot of anxiety and tension because one of my cats almost died earlier this week. He got into something toxic, and we had to take him to the pet ER, and to the vet the next day, trying to flush out his body with fluids. He's okay now, but I really was in that survival mode where everything stops and you just have to just buck up and get through it. So I felt all of that, all the stress hormones and all of the anxiety was just sort of lifted off, and I felt peaceful. This was kind of after the storm of my body feeling so much nausea and just intense vibrating and dizziness. So I knew something happened, something shifted. And last night I slept for like 10 hours, tons of dreams, tons of weird kind of astral communications coming in and out. And today I had things to do. I had to be in mom mode. Both of my boys had orthodontic and dentist appointments, and we were there for like 3 hours. But when I got home, I felt this tiredness coming in, and I had wanted to get on earlier and do my light language transmission, and I couldn't do anything. So I drank a lot of water, ate something, and just laid down. And I meant to sleep for about 10 minutes, and I couldn't wake up. 2 hours later, I'm trying to wake up. I can feel my ego self, my consciousness trying to rise up out of this heavy sedated state, and I just couldn't. So I started having dreams that I was waking up, but it wasn't real. Have you had that happen where you think you're waking up, but that's just another dream? Yeah, I had a couple of those, and it was really weird. Finally, I did wake up. Um, and it was like 2 something hours later. I had not meant to sleep that long. And I'm not like that. I don't normally take those really heavy naps throughout the day. But even after my nap, it took me a good hour and a half just to get back into my body fully, to ground, be totally present. Something big is happening. And I do feel these shifts. I feel a little bit different than I felt yesterday. There's more of an open communication with my guides going on. Like I can just immediately access my guides or my main guide that I work with, which is, I feel, just, an aspect of my spirit in a higher vibration. And it's strange because I was kind of guided not to call it my higher self anymore. And that is that's kind of spiritual vocabulary that everybody uses. And I no longer feel like that's appropriate to say higher self, because subconsciously that's a superlative. That's like placing something above you, and it's not above you, it's within you. It is just part of your light. It's your energy field. And I feel like it is almost disrespectful to the human self to think that there is this higher being that is above you. And that really came in strongly too, that it's going to take me a while to train myself out of saying higher self, but I think I'm just going to be referring to it as my soul, my spirit, and that feels more in alignment now. So, yeah, I have been working with Isis, this goddess, this ascended master that you know of probably from the Egyptian pantheon. And she is really highly connected to this Lionsgate energy that we're in. It's a celestial gateway that brings in Sirius, Orion, and connects it with the Leo constellation right now. I'm a Leo, And I don't know if this is just really intense for me. It is a big spiritual amplification. So I would love to hear, in the comments if you're going through anything intense right now. Like, what is this like for you? Am I the only one experiencing really weird things right now and getting hit with big, sort of these magnetic energies that will make your energy field feel really wobbly, dizzy, um, bringing up nausea as our bodies are trying to get in alignment with this as we're purging things? So, yeah, I would love to hear from you. This is sort of my private public journal, just to record what's going on with me. I am not that much of a journaler to write things down. I'm trying to get better with that. But for me, this is a good medium because I'm a talker. And that's how I like to express. So, yeah, I'm going to start the light language transmission. I am calling in Isis. I've already been working with her. I had a really big experience with Isis about a week ago. Actually, my friend Karina, if you're watching this, Karina and I had a direct revelatory experience where Isis came in and worked with us. She actually came into our bodies enough to put us into a pose, almost like a yoga pose, but it aligned our breathing channel. It was the strangest pose. I've never really done this before, but it was like arms straight up and wide out like a Y, head cocked back like this, mouth just totally hanging open. I mean, I did it just now, and it really does clear energy and connects you. I just want to say it's like celestial gateway. That's what it feels like. It opens your light channel in such a way that I've never really experienced before. And we were sort of stuck in that pose for several minutes. It was almost uncomfortable, but this energy came in and connected us to our angelic aspects. And we were just, we couldn't get over it. We were like, what is happening to us right now? It was in the context of a big healing retreat, a small group healing retreat, but for us, it was really big. We were taking advantage of this Lionsgate energy and really working with ourselves. And it was intense. Isis is still here. She is extremely powerful. She brings in also this Hathor energy. So if you're working with Isis, you're probably also working with Hathor. And the two, it's almost like they merge. But Hathor connects you to your higher frequency aspects, your higher aspects that are existing in a higher vibration, and helps you connect to your divine blueprints. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. We're taking advantage of this hugely amplified spiritual portal. And I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths and tune in and deliver these light codes, which your spirit will be packaging for you in the perfect energetic spiritual cocktail. And you can just open to receive. Nothing you have to do. Just relax, tune into your body, and let's go. Maha kurti is kumt itik a urt itik at urkikis katatuk uk at et kodidiatuk epah eke harkigis katatuk ukumquer. Shizidebo ninyardia dayugi yo urdia dayugi madia ndiash gazarat ingya nunya nevo dia dayju gozorot ingya maeja dat ekia karti ekia mbagi nyardia ziret egigia moshuntiante ke gyarto embiogartia taiki sadatia tai e Jadat udutkianyar kobaya yejadazaret mahama eret yagur tikas katat. Arko iskut atut diande ikurkiasa de sanyana. Portateke yaka udianiana nenuniamananiana neujagazarete diahago gerte. Zaratandia naina ninurtia that de ekiki hakrike a. E hakrike ka yuko habaha yadaka the ukukur yadatakantiana. Morkikarki kuskatati kai kia bakaki kiartatai ya kongiartiana. Mortiate te tiajokozorte tiambaki kia karti kaingya. Arrokiartia darkunkiana niana nini irtia totatiatat ukukuambadiana. Okay, she's imploring us to go out and look at the night sky, connect with the moon tonight, now. When you get this transmission, that will be when you need to go out and connect to the sky. If you can find Sirius, connect to the starlight of Sirius, connect to the moon and the moonlight. Burtiate okuamen yanayu kumbasha sazigo diarkar kukokati diandat ututukututiatate iyakayugo wa ya. We are using starlight. Riatotin sakandion and katai goka maka gi uka irshikazar to kunjukoyan ni. Urking tiana. Saka ertia sototi nanatok otuku batai ting yananeni hartiata yukaesata. Horrimoko ni mo yinge yo mahongo area you mario go ya hartia go yazizu zing yanani nayongwa mongoyang ye you abarur cardio condianani baha akoye seratetikota. Maratiota tiketeti ukotataki ushkasarati nienarju kotatakata ayushkasarati epa kukiarki kushkasanat etet yamaka ugushi diziziziapa igudirata diama. Okay, so this is Imhotep. I'm also channeling Imhotep. Pyramids architect. Kai ugu kiartuk otakanti otatak etota dia bakagu iskasaratunini hekea baka giatuk etot epa baha kik bakakai gigiama. He's telling us to imagine, visualize a pyramid of white light around your head now. From the neck up, you are inside of this pyramid of white light. But you then then atotok yopat it kuninin or you took out at elbaba you quick at purification. Deep breath. Connect to the top of the pyramid. Sakatat otakananya no ne otot dujus at is at otot orkiotot ananin otot et umbe buying in yaman in union in rikat at etem dianani. Shukatatuk orkiki, another very deep breath all the way from your root. Like you're gathering from your root. Move it up your light channel. Release out the top of your crown. Shikatatukatuti uk yamakata edit yorko jenisanat ebe yamakadan ut yuriatatat it ut. Tune into your etheric wings. Move your consciousness to the back of your heart. Spread them out with your breath. You have light codes in your etheric wings. Shukadudugum horkigia is yumo or goeberdia that the gurkum baha iguguima. Nadut uda de dioko harkika ditia that ekokiumba. Mandat here du makai. I'm very tuned into the base of the spine now, the tailbone. Bring your attention there. Grounding in these light codes. Connect to your feet and your root. Ziritikatatok itatok itatok iuya bakagi gia karkyu kingia nananene kandio totok ututuk dia baiki rakasatat ekekya hortia totok dio da tangia nanini harkoshi si ya Ariata to Yanaduni Okok Ada de Getia Tataka Kaya Kaya Shukutakatin Yananana Urdiananana Ukorikatia da Mojanina in Hakarati Hasaratu Yupoya Nandia nine in a Hekiartotia Sakatai Naraki Kuku Oshadi Oshadi kako akatatiki itutu uyuko baye gingia maho uyuko o iya. Grounding that, relax. Take a couple of deep breaths. Opening. Haryata tiata yani niana. You are safe. And it's beautiful to see you transforming. You are always changing. Allow the changes and allow yourself to be right where you are. Don't fight it if you're experiencing pain, sorrow, anger. All of your emotions are sacred. All of your emotions are sacred. Isis wants us to say this out loud. This is a throat chakra activation. All of my emotions are sacred. Hold your hand here at your throat chakra and beam in your light from your hand. All of my emotions are sacred. Feel them all. This is what you're here to do. End of transmission.